Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles!
Hold on.
We're back.
We're back. Sorry, I was getting an error message and I was trying to read it. So apparently we are not live on Facebook, which makes no sense. So this is fantastic. Great night. Great night right now. Absolutely terrible.
Well, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Hey, listen, if you're catching this live, great. If it's not live, also great. Rich, I think it is. It's time. This broadcast is starting off a lot like the Eagles game did on Saturday or Sunday.
Pretty much. I mean,
a lot of missed opportunities. A lot of slow and not good starts by what could have been a game that could have given them kind of a stranglehold on that 7 seed. So, who knows what that's going to do for them later on down the line. But, for me, it was Sunday was just filled with a bunch of missed opportunities.
And that is pretty much how it has been with the Eagles, which is absolutely upsetting. But what are we going to do about it, Don? We're literally just going to sit here, watch the same shit, and then just deal with it. And half of our problem, it's not Jalen Hurts. I want to battle with that.
All right.
With a few people on Sunday. Jalen Hurts was not the issue.
No, not at all.
It was all the terrible wide receiving core.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. Honestly, I just don't know, Don. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to relink this to Facebook as we speak. And
no, it's cool. Listen, I think Hurts caught it's hard to not throw kind of a lot of shade at him for the way that he performed. I think the thing that puzzles me the most is why they went away from the run as much as they did. I know that it can't be a 90-10 split in terms of run to pass ratio.
Yeah,
I know that he did only throw the ball 31 times. Like, he threw the ball 31 times, so they didn't kind of go away from it. But they went away from it early and weren't able to kind of focus back on. And by the time they were able to establish the run back in those 2 long drives that got them down near the goal line, they ran the ball consistently. And they weren't in it because they didn't focus on the run early. They weren't able to then focus on it when they needed to, because they were down and needed to move the ball to score points, which put them in a position where they had to establish the run. They had to use the pass because they weren't in a position to be able to run the ball consistently.
Well, it's hard to run the ball consistently, especially when you have Jason Kelce sit out a few drives. And then Jason Kelce, for the sake of what's right by us Eagles fan and what is right by, let's be real, the whole team, had to come in when he was played with that knee injury. Nate Herbig sucks. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. The dude is ass. Another great pick by Howie Roseman. Sorry, our friends on Facebook who just joined us. Apparently my count was locked because there was some strange activity coming from it. So I guess I was hacked. I don't know. That's so weird. And it's funny when you see strange activity come from my Facebook account, that means that A, I had to be on Facebook, which I never am, or 2, somebody hacked me. So I apologize if somebody got like those random tags in like I'm selling Ray-Ban sunglasses and like discount codes. That wasn't me. That was definitely a hacker. But back to the Eagles, Nate Herbig sucks. Those holding penalties were Like, he clotheslined dude. He clotheslined two dudes and drugged them to the ground and then fell on top of the one guy. Like, I understand holding, but like holding into a body slam, like it's going to be called 9 out of 10 times. You're playing. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't understand. Like, the thing that pisses me off the most, everybody wants to criticize and kill Jalen Hurts for last game, but 2 of those picks were awful. I get that. But one pick was after a touchdown was called back. We had 2 touchdowns called back.
Yeah.
That would have changed his day and his outlook.
Oh, absolutely.
He was bad. Yes, he was bad. But we still should have won them games without those 2 penalties that bring those touchdowns back.
Yeah, those penalties were killers. Like the game well run could have changed the entire momentum of the game, and you had them in a position where, what up, Adam? Where you had them kind of, you could have put them on the ropes, right? But that gets called back.
We need Ron Jaworski back, Chris. We need Ron Jaworski back. That's what we need. We need him. We need
Scrambling Randall.
Scrambling Randall. We need Reggie
Randall.
White. We need let's just name them all. Concrete Charlie. Just bring them all back.
Bring them all back.
Forget Brett. But she's not a fan. It's all right. I always thought he was overrated.
Listen, the football education in this house has come a long way, considering my mother-in-law used to call them pushers and pullers.
I like it.
So now the fact that my wife is able to quote
and the Tom Selleck mustache. I do like it. I do like it.
Yeah, listen, I did it as a joke on Sunday, and she's like, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
So
I have no chin, so I'm glad you have a chin. I can't rock anything without.
There we go.
So what's next? What's next, guys, for the Birds? You know what's next, Chris? We get the Jets, which is nice. But even then, their defense is kind of stingy against the pass. So hopefully it's more run heavy and run dominant, which we need to get back to, which would be nice, Adam. I understand. It just, you know what, Don, what really freaks me out is just because Miles Sanders comes back, Jordan Howard's out. Yeah, I get it. But why did all of a sudden they just didn't decide to go run heavy in the beginning? Like, it was very weird. And you have James Bradbury, who's one of the better corners. Remember, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, we talked about it on Saturday.
We talked about it on Saturday, and that was my key, is what can Devonta Smith do against him? And there was a lot of nothing. There was a lot of nothing because he's really tough. Why are you throwing the ball? Especially when you know your best option's being covered by one of the best cover corners, and then you have a bunch of as your second, third, and fourth option. Like, why?
Rich,
it made no sense to me.
That's the thing that bothered me the most, is that, like, you had a team, stats being what they are, right? But you had a team in the last game where they played the Saints, which was the number 1 rush defense, and you rushed the ball 40 plus times
all over them,
and you're really successful. You've got 200 plus yards, and now you've got the 22nd ranked rush defense, and you decide, hey, we're going to attack the place where they are the strongest.
That's what I didn't understand. It made no sense. The opening 2-3 drives, they just didn't make sense. And
that was the part that was so puzzling. Like, I can't wrap my head around the fact that, like what are you? I know this year is all about finding out about what you have.
Maybe,
right?
But
like, are you still? We've already established the fact that we know that Hurts doesn't have the arm strength to be able to reach all the pockets on the field.
Yeah,
we know that. So why are you forcing him into a place where he has to continue to do that? Why not put him in a position where he can do the things that he does well? The play action, run the ball under center, the short dump offs, the slant routes, the places where he has to make quick decisions and then move on. I just don't get that that approach doesn't help me learn anything about Hurts at all. Putting him in a position that he's not going to be successful, that I know he's not going to be successful because he hasn't been able to do it all year long, doesn't you tell me something I don't know.
And let's talk about timing, because the timing just wasn't right for the first 2 drives. But you know what timing is right, Don? Our sponsor, La Terrain Watches. Visit them at la-terrain.com and use the promo code DOB. You're looking for a great holiday gift for his or hers. Visit la-terrain.com and use the promo code DOB. Oh, Don's going to bring up some stuff for you.
Check out this fine stuff, man.
I know. I'm getting the legacy too.
They have some really sweet gear, and they've started to branch out into the accessories. So now they're starting to put out some sunglasses. Now listen, I know they've got some good quality stuff. So if you haven't gone on there, check it out. They've got menswear, they've got women's, they've got all shapes and sizes. So for anything between like $100 and $200, you're getting yourself a pretty nice fine piece of wristwear.
Handmade, American-made quality watches. La Terrain Watches. Visit them, la-terrain.com. Sorry, Don, I had to plug the sponsor. I thought the timing thing was a good transition.
No, we got it.
What we're talking about with the Eagles, it's not so much of we know Jalen Hurts' shortcomings. We know this whole team's shortcomings, but we never dove into the shortcomings on the offensive side outside of, let's be real, Dallas Goedert and Devonta Smith. There is absolutely no one. Greg Ward dropping that touchdown was absolutely terrible.
That was hard.
Jalen Reagor dropping the touchdown at the end of the game, plus multiple passes.
Two plays in the final 5 minutes of the game that would have easily both been touchdowns. And Rich, you have talked about this, for endless amounts of times. But like, it doesn't matter. Draft position aside, right? Yeah. First round, second round, third, whatever, right? Just look at him as a football player and tell me what he does well, because I don't see it. So in my mind, I'm saying, why is he on the field still? Like, what are you learning from having him on the field that you don't already know? This was classic. In their show, the Eagles lose to a boring ass fucking putrid ass game to the shitty ass fucking clown Joe Judge led shitty ass North Jersey, wishing it was either Philly or your New York Giants. Like, how? Like,
pretty much sums it up.
Dom, from the Gospel of Dom.
The Gospel according to Dom.
Oh my God! But it's true, and it sucks because of the magnitude that this could have gained, this game could have played, giving them the ability to be able to sweep the Giants by having the game in hand at home.
Yeah, it's not going to happen,
right? The Jets. Now you have to win the Jets game. You have to win at least one or both of the Redskins games. You got to win the Giants game at home.
And they bodied Seattle last night. The score was not indicative of the play and the astounding play of Washington's defense without Chase Young.
But you gotta hope and pray that the Cowboys got something locked up, and you're playing Cooper Kupp in the last week.
I just don't see. My question to you is, what do the skill positions have to offer outside of Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert?
Nothing. Like Quez Watkins shows you flashes. The catch on the sideline where he's toe tapping is a great catch, but it's flashes, right? He's also mixing in a couple of drops here and there, and not that you haven't established that consistent production from that position.
Yeah.
But I mean, the further on you go down the line, right, the less and less the talent pool gets.
JJ had his second catch on Sunday and was talking mad shit. Like, that was goofy. That was goofy as all hell. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how I'm stemming like my anger is I know we talked about Hurts is Mr. Right now. He might not be the right guy, but it's so funny. So many people I see defending Hurts, like who defended Hurts, are like, oh, now I'm out on him. Now I'm out on him because of that game. Did you watch the game? Because, like I said, he was bad, but they had 2 drops in the end zone, 2 called back on penalties. So that's 4 touchdowns. We easily win the game by 27 points. As bad as Jalen Hurts was, he still made the plays. And everybody going, oh, Devonta Smith was open and he was open and the final. No, he wasn't. That camera doesn't show the safety that was waiting there. And James Bradbury was shadowing up, literally baiting Jalen Hurts into throwing that ball. Yeah. That ball would have been intercepted by the safety who was in the back. Like, James Bradbury's not stupid. No. Devonta Smith was not wide open. He wasn't going to let him get wide open. But you give the illusion to the young quarterback. Jalen Hurts didn't look that way anyway because he knew what his read was going to be. It was going to be to Rager because Devonta Smith was getting covered all freaking day by Bradbury. Dallas Goedert doesn't show up at all, which makes me so furious. And what happened with this? Oh, the whole Tyree Jackson. Oh, he's 6'8". He's a tight end. Has he caught a pass this year?
No.
Like, what is this is my problem with the organization because it's the same problem I had when Ginger Freak was here. Like, there's so much passed onto the quarterback, and it's all quarterback headline. But the way this roster is constructed is its own enemy. It's the worst nightmare for the Eagles because if Devonta Smith, knock on wood, were to get a hangnail and miss 2 quarters, they wouldn't be able to move the ball 2 yards without Jalen Hurts taking off.
Yeah.
And that is my issue. It's been my issue with this fucking team for the past 5 years. But everybody wants to go, oh, we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. A quarterback isn't going to make your wide receivers catch passes. They're not going to make them get open. You have guys who were constantly overdrafted. They said Quez Watkins would have been an undrafted free agent. They said Tim Hightower would have been it's not Tim Hightower.
No. John Hightower.
John Hightower would have been undrafted, but Howie wanted these guys because he didn't want them to go to the free agency pool and not get them. Jalen Hurts wasn't good at all, but he's not. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Yeah. Because I'm not even – that's the whole thing. I don't even like Jalen Hurts that much, but I'm not going to die on a hill saying that he cost us the game. The defense did everything they could. Everything they could. But when you're constantly dropping passes and getting stupid fucking holding penalties from these bums who shouldn't even be on this team, but that's how poorly your roster construction is, and you're just giving extensions to players who had good preseasons. Thanks, Josh Sweat. You got an extension. Oh, Dallas Goedert, you get an extension because we traded Zach Ertz. Like, stop with this stuff. Yes, the interception was very, very bad. It was very, very bad. Sirianni didn't call a good game, Adam. That is 100% fact. You could tell by the first 2 drives it was going to be a long day. And I beat Crow for 42-17. That stupid ass fucking score I predicted.
Listen, Rich, I think, and what I think people don't want to say, but I'm going to say it right now. This team is closer to a rebuild than they are to a rebirth. Like they're people want because they see the division and they see the conference and listen, Mike's listening. Mike's been saying it all year, right? The NFL is full of a bunch of nobody teams. Yeah. Right. They're full. Everybody was high on the Bills and they've come back down to earth. They're high on the Titans. They've come back down to earth. They're high on the Chiefs in the beginning of the season. They fought nobody is really excelling at anything, right? No. Which gives everybody the opportunity to be in the mix, right? The fact that some of the teams that are in the mix for that 7th wild card are 4-7,
Yeah.
5, like 4. You're talking about 4 or 5 win teams in the hunt.
Injuries have plagued every single team in the NFL, and I completely understand that. But going from that aside, you see how teams are successful in the NFL. The first thing they do, they build an offensive line, or they know that they see the upcoming quarterback drafts and go, we need to trade up to get this guy because next year or the year after, there aren't any quarterbacks. And this year it's Bryce Young, and I think that's it, to be honest with you, coming out. I'm not even drafting one. But now we have to look at where are we going to spend our money in free agency? Who are we going to draft? Let's be real. Who's playing secondary besides Avonte Maddox and Darius Slay next year? What does our linebacking core look like? What is our offensive line going to look like if Kelsey decides, hey, I'm going to retire, or Lane might step away? What does your offensive line look like? What does your –
Listen, I think offensive line is one of their strongest positions in terms of their youth and the youth that they're building there with Mailata, with Dickerson.
Guinness gingerbread stout, baby. Ooh, Mad Elf. I like it. Ooh, and it's the new one. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
So I think offensive line is a place where there is a good, strong, young nucleus. Yeah. But Rich, I think the narrative, and people always go back to the narrative of the guys that they could have drafted, right? The Metcalfs, the Jeffersons, right? But I think what people miss is that requires them to now readdress that position and not address other positions.
Yes.
Right. If one of those players hits, right, if you get Jefferson or you get Metcalf, right, and that takes care of that X receiver. Well, now in last year's draft, now you don't need Devontae Smith, right? Now you can draft Parsons. You can be in a position to move up to take Surtain. Yeah. You can get you can be in a position to draft Asante Samuel Jr. You can be in position to take all those other guys and start filling those positions. But for a while, Rich, we were the Lions, right? Taking wide receivers in the first and second round, year after year after year, right? Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor, and those guys consistently miss, so you consistently have to readdress that position, which is now affecting the other side of the ball when you don't have the opportunity to put – Rich, imagine Parsons in the middle of this offense or in the middle of this defense where he's the joker, right? He's literally playing every position on defense for the Cowboys minus defensive backs.
Yeah.
He can play – anywhere in the box for you, up and down that line, first and second level.
Would have been ridiculous.
Right. But because you don't have that position solid and you feel like you have to have somebody at least for him to throw the ball to, now you can't readdress those other positions. Where I think this year's draft is going to be paramount. And Rich, I'm going to say now, if you want to package 2 of those picks and go up and get the kid from Michigan, Hutchinson, or you want to get the kid Thibodeau from Oregon, do that. Do it in a heartbeat. Spend 2 of those picks. Go get your
defensive backbone.
Your Watt-esque player, right? Your guy who is going to just be a game wrecker every Sunday and be in the backfield on every play. Go get that guy. If that means that you got to take, your pick and the Dolphins pick and move up and take one of them at 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't sit at 7 and take,
I don't have faith in Howie drafting.
I don't.
I'm not even going to.
No, not at all.
I know it's not going to be anything that we think. It's going to be probably 2 offensive players and a defensive tackle, because that's just what Howie's going to do, and everybody's going to, oh my God, this is so great. And it's not going to be great. But anyway, we have to move on to this week's matchup. Eagles versus Jets. If the Eagles don't win this game, there's something wrong.
I was hoping Oscar would weigh in on the potential Joe Flacco Bowl.
Yeah, the Joe Flacco Garner Minshew Bowl if Jalen Hurts sits. I'm honestly not even going to spend much time on this because I think it's going to be ugly for both sides, especially just the way that we played last week. Hopefully Sirianni bounces back. But I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that I don't want to say the Jets win because the Jets are terrible, but this would be a game where if Jalen Hurts can't go, Minshew comes in, tries to do too much, throws 4 picks, and we lose like 21-7. I have a bad feeling about it. Like we should win.
Should win.
For some reason, man, I have a bad feeling about it.
I bet the under, right?
Okay.
You bet the under 45.5. But I think going into a bye, it could be the opportunity to kind of get right before the bye. Maybe it allows you to kind of refocus your commitment to the run, realize that like it worked. You tried something different. Just going to go back to it and go with what works and give this team the best opportunity to win. I mean, when put Hurts in the position to be most successful, right? Yeah. Put him under center, give him play action, establish the run, and let him feed off the play action. Hit Hurts or Ertz. Jeez, I can't even keep my ego straight. Right, keep Goddard in the flat.
It's
hit
the
Smith,
elf.
Hit Smith on a slant. Must be the elves, right?
It's always the elf.
I want to say like 28-10.
I like it.
I see a 28-10 win, opportunity to kind of get right going into the bye. And then, you got the Redskins, Giants, and Cowboys.
Mike asked, after the last few weeks, are you guys feeling better about Jonathan Gannon? No. I still think, as I've been saying, talent is outweighing coaching right now. Yeah. Barnett's still playing undisciplined football. He's still terrible. Singleton, still bad. But Edwards has stepped up. Slay's been stepping up. Avonte Maddox is playing better. You actually saw effort from Fletcher Cox, so that was nice this week.
Yeah.
I just think, we've played some terrible teams. And it's shown because our defense is strong. I don't think it's all Gannon. I do think there's a bunch of talent on that side, and it's finally – I think it took a while to get used to their system, but now they're just saying, fuck it, let's ball out, and they're doing that. But it's just showing the ineptitude that we have on the offensive side of the ball.
I agree. Like, I think it's not better, it's just different. Right. It's not that they're doing anything that is impressing me. Right. I know that they're switching up. I know that they're blitzing more. Yeah. Right. I'm going to put more in air quotes, but what are you really showing us? Right. You're showing us.
So Don, sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I think they have to blitz more because of how terrible our linebackers are. So Correct. They have to make the decision of making the quarterbacks get the ball out quick. Mm-hmm. And I think the only he was the whole just rushing 4 and nobody getting home is leaving our linebackers on an island, and that's what was killing us. Now that he's actually been aggressive, it's kind of hiding that a little bit because we are getting we're not getting the sacks, but we're getting the hits and the hurries. But at the end of the day, Gannon's done nothing at all this season to impress me. You've played good against bad teams, and you've played bad against good teams. Cool. I'm not giving you a fucking participation trophy. You're doing what you're doing. Okay.
Did the Giants give the rest of the teams this league, the rest of the teams they play this year, kind of like a blueprint of how to play this offense and force Jalen Hurts into passing the ball. That mush rush with the spy and like to me, if I'm the Jets, like
or the cover two, Look how Lamar Jackson's getting beat. Lamar Jackson's having a way better year passing, but he's still losing a lot of games, and he's not been able to rush as much because they're playing that whole spy cover two, not letting anything go deep. You know, they're going to do the same thing to Jalen Hurts. I mean, they're doing a lot to take away the mobile quarterback's legs. So you make the guy stay in the pocket and throw the ball, make him make decisions. He's going to turn the ball over.
Right.
But Don, it is time for our final thoughts. I'll let you dogs out in a minute. Dude, my dog does not stop talking. My final thought: my dog does not stop talking. Like all she does is talk, and she just talks all goddamn day, all night. I love her. She's me. The big mutt. The big mutt is here. Hello, Rue. Say hi. Say hi, Rue. Say hi. Rue and Callie Jane, goofy dogs.
Nice.
I love them, but Rue does not stop talking, and it annoys the shit out of me. I love her to death, but God.
Well, I think Rich just took himself out of the night. But for my final thoughts, listen, I'm going to give a
and that's what happens. The damn dog hit my arm, and I hit the escape button. I hate it. I hate it here.
You got taken out by the dog. Listen,
she's like, you better let me outside. Dom, what are your final thoughts?
Hey, Rich, we're ending it just like we started it, right?
Dude, tonight was so terrible.
Listen, for my final thoughts, I'm going to give a shout out to when we talk about being a hometown team. The hometown team that's having the most success right now,
the Union,
is the team playing down at Subaru Park, and they have put together quite an impressive playoff run. Winning in the third leg of this playoff run. They're going to play on Sunday, the 5th. They're going to play the winner of the New England Revolution and the New York City FC on Sunday. But just shout out to the team. Shout out to a hometown kid in Jim Curtin, who's a personal family friend.
Nice.
I went to school with. Grew up, 5 minutes from where I grew up. So shout out to them. Shout out to them holding it down for the city and creating some positive energy in the city sports wise. And go Union. Good luck on Sunday. They're either going to play. The location is to be determined based on who wins tonight.
Okay.
So
we need something. So go Union, go Birds, and
let's
just try to get a damn win. Like, God damn it.
We'll turn it around.
Yeah, I'm just done. So I got nothing left for the Eagles right now.
The Philadelphia Eagles